Hey, this is Andy Dick trying to take a leak, and you're watching Sarah and No Name After Dark on the CW. Now can I take a leak in private? Yes, I did not wash my hands.
Sarah and No Name, they do the morning show, ruling on the airwaves. Alice Radio, Maddie's the producer, and Hooman runs the boards. Me, I'm Black the Ripper, representing for the dwarves. Oh yeah, listen in now. Sarah and No Name are after dark.
Oh, I'm ready to go.
It's the only late night show. It's the only late night show. It's the only late night show.
It's Thursday.
Good morning.
Tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo party, Tres Agaves, right across from AT&T Park.
Dude.
You guys all rave about that place. I've never been.
Dude. I don't
yummy?
think anyone's ever been there except Maddie.
Oh, Maddie's
Yeah,
been?
we just pose or rave.
We've got Andy Dick coming up. He's at Cobb's all weekend.
Super games.
It's lots of super games.
It's Andy Dick.
Andy Dick, turn up the game music.
That's the games.
We're going to stall and play some games.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
now
no,
Andy Dick is
don't
here.
stall.
No, we're stalling,
Do not
dude.
stall.
We're stalling.
Stalling.
No, I'm right here.
Hi,
Yeah.
Andy.
Hi, how are you?
Saying.
How are you?
I'm tired. I'm tired.
You are?
We drove.
Oh,
For
dude.
up
I
from
did
LA
Jimmy
this morning?
Kimmel last night. Got in the car and drove, and we just got here. Do you mind if I take a sip of this?
Go ahead. Where are you at right now, Andy? Are you on the sober train or what?
No, I'm drinking.
Okay.
He's off the sober train. Woo! Yeah, let's get some beers.
And Andy brought like
some beers.
he brought the band. He brought his
the whole damn
his
band.
son's back here.
Yep,
I mean,
yes.
he's like
Well, let's get some chairs for these
Brought
guys.
the whole crew, man.
Them all in here.
The
Very
entire
nice.
posse.
We were hoping you'd bring the whole group. Yeah, it looks. We do have beer if you guys want some. I don't.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you?
This will be nice.
Take it away.
you know what else is great?
I'm sorry. Is that your son? Did someone just say that that's your son?
Yes, that's my son right
Wow.
there. He's
Damn,
19.
you're a
what's
good-looking
up,
guy.
He's a good-looking
Doing?
guy.
Look
He
at
is?
that.
Yep.
Good job.
What's
Good
your son's
job, Andy.
What's your son's name?
Lucas.
Hi, Lucas. So
It's a
you
show
start
up
start
show.
tonight, two tomorrow, two Saturday, and
Yeah,
one on
we
Sunday.
do a show tonight, so
Did you get any sleep in the car, man? You just been up
I
all
didn't.
night? Yeah.
I was.
How come? Why
I was
didn't you?
playing DJ
Oh,
Right
you
on.
were.
and singing really loud.
Well, at least you're having fun.
I had a lot of fun on the drive up. What do you want to talk about?
Well,
about you,
everything. I mean,
man.
there's so
What's
much
going
to
on?
talk
There
about
really
with you.
is.
And we haven't seen you for so long, so we've been sort
a
of
while.
storing up our
Well,
Andy Dick
I'll
stuff.
tell you so you don't have to ask. Howard Stern is going to be roasting me May 15th.
Now, you
Or
were part
16.
of the William Shatner roast.
All
You got a
those
lot of
roasts,
crap
the
for
Pam
that.
Anderson roast.
Right, well, of course.
They wind up roasting me. Is what
I
happens.
love
I know, it's
that
horrible.
you just don't. I mean,
I
do
just
you
take it.
really not care? Because it does. I mean, it seems like.
After a few vodkas, who cares about anything?
Good point.
You know?
Good
Yeah.
point.
I do start drinking.
Do you ever wake up the next day and see clips of it and go, "Oh man," or do you just are
I
you
don't-
so past that?
I don't even watch it.
Never,
I
never
just
look
don't.
back.
Nope, I don't look back. The only way I hear about things is if people tell me, like through my MySpace.
Right.
We just last night, not last night, 2 nights ago, a couple friends and I rode our bikes around LA to different clubs, from one club to another club, riding
Beach
our bikes.
cruiser style.
Can't you get
So
arrested
fun.
for
Yes.
operating a bike under
You
the
could get a
influence?
BUI. Bicycling under the influence. You really can.
You really can.
You can get a DUI.
That's
yes.
like embarrassing though. It's like
I
you're
know.
getting, you pulled over by a
That-
cop
that-
like on your bike. You're
on
like,
your bicycle.
Sorry, dude.
Well, wait. Tim Walsh just told me a story about a president who got a speeding ticket on a horse.
Wow.
Grant. Ulysses S.
Ulysses Grant, and he was drunk, and he paid the ticket.
Wow.
True story.
You have to. That horse has to be going
horse,
effing
man.
fast.
And you know, they towed the horse, which is weird, you know.
There he is.
He's,
What?
he's
Another
like-
horse? Now, Andy, I want to talk about your son because I mean, I did sort of vaguely know that you had kids. And Lucas,
3 of them.
You're such a good-looking kid, but you look too old to be Andy's son. Like
I'm
you got
41.
busy. You got busy early.
I know. He opens for me, so he goes on stage.
Oh, really?
Yep. He does about 5-10 minutes.
I noticed that Lucas actually, move Lucas over so he can put his 2 cents in, because I had
goes
no idea
on.
he was part of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, he could like be a TV guy. He's that good looking.
He's a really good
He must be
looking
very
guy.
proud. He
I
seems like
am.
he's
And
kind of.
And he's got his crap together,
You're bringing him into
unlike
the
his
fold.
dad.
Bring
Yeah.
him into the fold, man.
Yes,
It's like you guys
exactly.
roll as a whole family
Yep,
posse.
we do.
Lucas,
we
when
do.
you were about 13, did you go through that thing where you're like, I cannot effing believe that this
Oh,
is my
he didn't.
father?
He didn't like me. He would.
18.
He's still going through it. He's sitting there going, "Oh my God, Dad."
He wouldn't let me go on. This is true. He wouldn't let me go to his sports events. He could, because he said, you know what, Dad? Because this is about me, not you.
Were you good at
And everything is about you.
Well,
so-
if I showed up, his friends and the school would be like, "Oh, Andy Dick,"
Yeah.
because I was always on TV his whole
Right.
life.
Yeah.
So I understood, but I couldn't go to his things.
It's kind of sad,
That
man.
is kinda
It's kinda
sad.
like- It's kind of like having society rip you apart from your son. I mean, it seems.
You're right.
It's Andy's own fault. It's
Kinda
not like
hurts.
Andy ever even knows what the word low key means.
The real thing is, like, the authorities at the high school just won't let him on campus. Like,
Right.
we're not letting that
Then
crazy
tell
guy
him
on
what
there.
I did. Tell him what I did. I went. So then I thought, you know what? To mask me, I went in disguise once.
In drag,
I went in drag.
Wore
I
a
swear.
wig.
I wore a wig and
Sunglasses.
sunglasses and
A dress.
Of
It
course,
didn't work.
everyone knew
It was even
him.
worse.
It's like, oh, great. Your dad dresses up like a chick.
That was the last straw. No, I think that was your play because I
No,
had
that was my
to
improv.
Yeah,
performance.
It was some kind of like perform. I had to go to that. The
Yeah.
sports is one thing. I can skip it.
It's Allison 97.3 in the studio. Andy Dick, who's at
Family
Cobb's.
affair.
That's
His
me.
son Lucas, who
Yeah.
is hot, and he's
Good
18,
morning.
over 18, so I can
He's
say
19,
that. And you are a part of the act. I had no idea that you had a
Yeah.
son who was doing stand-up.
Open
Is this a
forum.
recent development?
Yeah.
or-
He just my dad told me, "You're doing it. Put your shit together.
Don't say that.
buddy,
Put your S together.
Put your S together."
So you obviously have some aptitude, and you've mentioned just now some plays and some improv and
Sure.
stuff. Is this something that
Yeah.
Dad sort of encourages? That I don't get into this, or
No, I want to do it on my own. It's not. He doesn't. He encourages me to do whatever I want.
do you live at his house
Yeah.
in that guest house that I saw when you guys?
No,
made it?
that I sold that place. I bought an apartment building, an 8-unit apartment building, and he lives in one of the units.
Oh,
Wow.
And I-
do you live
live
in
in
one of
the
them?
units.
The best one. You're in the
And
best
it-
one.
I stoked it out. Yeah.
You rent the other 6 out to randoms, or is it all crew?
Mostly friends.
yeah.
Which doesn't really work out.
well, that way no one has to drive home after the party. This is
Yeah, we're
Andy's
all
solution.
I'm the worst tenant, let me tell you. I get the cops called on me the most. For real. I've been sued.
by Lucas.
Really?
Yeah, by
Sued
my
by
own
people
son.
who-
I've been sued by my neighbors who don't live in the building. Twice.
Oh.
10 grand. I had
Sued
to pay.
you.
Sued for noise complaints. I had to pay 10 grand. I'm
For
not
what?
kidding. For being loud.
Yeah, but I mean, how does that resolve? Like, they give you a fine, and then
And then
He's
they
like, "Ah,
can't
10
sue you
grand."
anymore.
Is that what it is?
They sued me twice for 5 grand each, and they won, and they're not allowed to sue me anymore.
Is that
oh,
true?
that's cool.
So now
So-
I'm just like, F you all night.
Sue
me now, bitch.
Coming up. But a couple months ago, you were on there. Ivanka Trump was on there. You were hanging out.
I was
you
drinking.
remained after
I was
your
drinking.
right, and then apparently you.
I was groping on.
Yeah, you were.
Ivanka, Ivanka. So come over here and sit on daddy's